A blockchain and a database are both systems for storing and managing data, but they have some important differences. A blockchain is a decentralized and distributed ledger that is used to record transactions across a network of nodes. Each node in the network maintains a copy of the blockchain, and new transactions are added to the blockchain through a consensus process. This means that the data on the blockchain is immutable and cannot be easily altered or deleted. In contrast, a database is a centralized system for storing and managing data. It is typically controlled by a single entity, and it is more susceptible to data manipulation and corruption. One key difference between a blockchain and a database is that a blockchain is a append-only data structure, while a database is typically updatable. This means that new data can be added to the blockchain, but existing data cannot be easily modified or deleted. In a database, on the other hand, data can be easily updated or deleted. Another difference is that a blockchain is a distributed system, while a database is typically centralized. This means that the data on a blockchain is stored on multiple nodes in the network, while the data in a database is typically stored on a single server or group of servers. Overall, the main differences between a blockchain and a database are the way they store and manage data, their level of decentralization and distribution, and their susceptibility to data manipulation. While both systems have their own strengths and weaknesses, they can be used in different situations depending on the specific needs of the application. There are several situations where it might be better to use a database instead of a blockchain. One situation is when there is a need for fast and frequent updates to the data. Because a blockchain is an append-only data structure, it is not well suited for applications that require frequent updates to the data. In contrast, a database is designed to support fast and frequent updates, making it a better choice in these situations. Another situation is when there is a need for complex querying and data analysis. Because a blockchain is designed for storing and managing transactions, it is not well suited for complex querying and data analysis. In contrast, a database is specifically designed to support these types of operations, making it a better choice in these situations. A third situation is when there is a need for strict access controls. Because a blockchain is a decentralized and distributed system, it is not easy to implement strict access controls. In contrast, a database is typically controlled by a single entity, which makes it easier to implement access controls and ensure that only authorized users can access the data. There are several situations where it might be better to use a blockchain instead of a database. One situation is when the data needs to be tamper-resistant and immutable. Because a blockchain is a decentralized and distributed ledger, it is very difficult to alter or delete data once it has been added to the blockchain. This makes it a good choice for applications where the integrity of the data is important, such as in financial transactions or supply chain management. Another situation is when there is a need for a decentralized and distributed system. Because a blockchain is a distributed system, it does not rely on any single entity to control and manage the data. This makes it a good choice for applications where decentralization is important, such as in peer-to-peer networks or systems for managing digital assets. A third situation is when there is a need for transparency and accountability. Because the data on a blockchain is publicly available and transparent, it can be used to create a transparent and auditable system. This can be useful in applications where there is a need for transparency, such as in voting systems or public record keeping.